Narcissism. That word often comes up when discussing toxic relationships. But how many of us truly understand what it means to be in a relationship with a narcissist? And how do we break free from their control, which often feels like an invisible chain, forever binding us to their whims, needs, and manipulations? We've all heard the horror stories. Friends, family members, or even social media posts recounting the emotional torment and confusion narcissists leave behind in their wake. But the real question isn't just about the damage narcissists cause. It's about you, the person who has been affected by them. The question is, how do you stop the cycle of manipulation, self-doubt, and emotional turmoil once and for all? Let me ask you, have you ever felt like you've been trapped in a relationship with someone who constantly belittles you, makes you feel worthless, or gaslights your every move? Do you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, unsure of what might set them off next? Do you find yourself losing sight of who you really are, all while trying desperately to make someone else happy? If any of this resonates with you, then you've likely encountered a narcissist. But don't worry, there's hope. The good news is there's one simple decision that, when made, can free you from the grip of a narcissist forever. Now, before we dive into this liberating decision, take a moment to think about the control narcissists typically exert over their victims. Narcissists thrive on power and manipulation. They know how to twist situations, make you question your own reality, and even convince you that their behavior is normal or justified. Their self-absorption leads them to believe they are entitled to everything: your time, your emotions, and your energy. They feed off the validation and attention you give them, and they won't hesitate to exploit your vulnerabilities. This toxic cycle continues, and before you know it, you feel lost. But here's the thing. You don't have to live in this toxic cycle. There's one powerful, life-changing decision that can sever the narcissist's hold on you and lead you to a life of freedom. This decision is setting boundaries. Yes, you heard that right. The most crucial decision you can make to free yourself from a narcissist's control is to set boundaries. And when I say set boundaries, I don't mean just vague or half-hearted limits. I mean firm, unwavering, unapologetic boundaries that guard your peace, protect your mental health, and allow you to reclaim your self-worth. But before we get into how to set these boundaries, let's talk about why boundaries are so powerful. Narcissists can only control you if you allow them to. By not establishing clear limits, you are essentially giving them permission to walk all over you. The more you let them manipulate you, the more they believe they have the upper hand. However, when you begin to set boundaries, you are sending a clear message that you are no longer willing to be a doormat for their behavior. Imagine this for a second. You decide that no longer will you tolerate their belittling comments, their constant demands, or their emotional blackmail. You begin to prioritize your own needs, emotions, and happiness. It's as if you've been given a shield, and suddenly, their words and actions don't have the same power over you. That's what boundaries do. They put the control back in your hands. They allow you to take ownership of your life and your emotions. Setting boundaries with a narcissist is not easy. You will face resistance. Narcissists are not used to being told no, and they will likely react with anger, guilt-tripping, or attempts to manipulate you into changing your mind. But here's the secret. They want to see how far they can push you. They will test your boundaries relentlessly. They will try to break you down emotionally, make you doubt your decision, and even attempt to charm you back into their toxic grip. But if you hold firm, if you don't let them intimidate or guilt-trip you, you will start to see the narcissist's power over you crumble. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I've been in this situation for so long? Can I still break free? The answer is yes. You absolutely can. The first step to breaking free is realizing that you are worthy of love, respect, and peace. Narcissists feed off your fear, insecurities, and self-doubt. When you stop giving them that power, they lose their grip on you. It's not an overnight process, and it may feel difficult at first, but the key is consistency. Setting boundaries is a practice, not a one-time event. Let me give you a few examples of what setting boundaries with a narcissist looks like in real life. Say no without guilt. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your decisions to a narcissist. If they ask something of you that you're not comfortable with, simply say no. Do not let them manipulate you into feeling bad for protecting your time and energy. Stop engaging in their emotional games. Narcissists love to bait you into arguments or create drama. When they start their emotional games, disengage. Do not feed into their need for attention or validation. You don't need to justify your feelings or engage in their chaos. Set clear communication limits. You don't owe them your time. If they try to call you or message you at inconvenient times, or with emotionally draining demands, set boundaries around your availability. Tell them when it's appropriate to contact you, and when it's not. Prioritize yourself. Narcissists will always put their needs before yours. But you have to start putting yourself first. Protect your time, emotions, and well-being. This might mean making tough decisions, like distancing yourself from the narcissist if necessary, or cutting ties entirely. Don't let them guilt trip you. Narcissists are experts at guilt tripping. If they try to make you feel bad for standing up for yourself, or taking care of your own needs, don't give in. Recognize that this is a manipulation tactic and stand your ground. As you begin to set these boundaries, you will notice the narcissist's reactions become more extreme. They may try to guilt you into changing your mind, or make you feel like you're the one being unreasonable. But the key is consistency. Narcissists thrive when you bend to their will, but when you stand firm, they begin to lose their power. It's important to understand that setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being cruel or selfish. It means you're protecting yourself from emotional harm. You are showing that you will no longer tolerate toxic behavior, and that you deserve respect and peace. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-preservation. And here's the best part. Once you set these boundaries and consistently enforce them, you will feel a sense of freedom you've never experienced before. You will start to realize that you are not responsible for the narcissist's feelings, actions, or needs. You are free to live your life on your own terms, without the constant manipulation or emotional drain. As you continue this journey, it's crucial to surround yourself with positive, supportive people who lift you up and encourage your growth. You no longer need to be a prisoner to someone else's toxicity. You are in control of your life, and that is the most empowering feeling in the world. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this discussion. I hope you now see that the power to break free from a narcissist's control lies within you. It all starts with one simple, yet powerful decision: to set boundaries and refuse to accept anything less than respect and kindness. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share this video with anyone who might need to hear this message. You're not alone, and together, we can create a world where we stand up for ourselves and refuse to be controlled. Take care, and remember, you are in control of your own destiny.